Looking for the perfect smart blackout shades? I want to introduce to you a company called SmartWings. These are the perfect blackout roller shades for anyone, and you can control them via voice, app, or even a remote. And the best part is they integrate into most smart home setups. So let's dive straight in. I will start by saying that these were sent to me by SmartWings, so a big thank you to them for sending these out. And this is one of the ones that they have sent to me. So these come very nicely packaged. On the end, they're well protected, and you don't need to worry about them getting damaged on the way. So I'll do my best right here to open this up, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them. The good thing about the way this is packaged, you see the logo is sat right there. It tells you what's inside, and it gives you all the measurements and everything you need to know. So on the box itself, you can give it a room label and it will tell you where it is, the remote control that's inside, and the design and fabric of it as well. So if we open this up, let's take a look at what comes inside this box. Now I know you can't see the whole box, but this is the packaging that comes within. So this side, this is all the roller blind on this side, so you don't really need to worry too much about that. But we have the full instructions in here. We have some screws, so when we get this set up, we're going to need these. We have also a DC charging cable, so you can get this charged up. We also have a solar panel in here that we can take a look at and install shortly. And there are a few different types of remotes you can buy. This one right here is the Helix dial remote, so this can do 8 channels. And if we take a look inside the box as well, we have another set of instructions, and here is the dial itself. So really nicely designed, looking forward to setting this one up. So we have a little turn dial on here and all the settings on here too. And this is the actual blind setup. So let's take a look at this. Again, really nicely packaged, so you don't need to worry about this shade getting damaged. And let's go and open this up. So these are the vinyl smart blinds that we've got, and when you're choosing this, you have the options of how you want it to look. So we have the material on the front just here. At the top, we have some brackets on this side. Now we'll just slide these across. These are really easy. They just push in and come out like this. So when you install them, you can just clip them in and this goes in. So given the size of this, there is only 2 brackets, so we're going to need one either side. There is the matter code on here, and you don't need to worry about if you already mounted this and you don't know where the matter code is because you've lost it, because it's also on this side of the shade as well. The other thing to quickly note, I did mention that this was a DC charging cable earlier, but that little checkbox there is not checked. And if we have a look at this side, it's actually a Type-C USB cable. On this side of the blinds, you can go ahead and pull this out, and then you'll see just under here there is a USB-C connection, and there is a push button on this side, which we'll talk about what that does when we get the remotes paired and getting it paired on our smart home setup. Let's discuss about the installation and how easy and simple that is. So the first thing you want to do is make sure the blinds actually fit in the location. So just hold them up, pop them there, and make sure they go in. The next thing is to take the brackets off really easily, and you can actually use the brackets to mark up the location, but I've put a laser level because I wanted it to sit in a specific location, so it was a little bit easier for me to do that. Once you've done this, you can just mark out where the brackets are going to be and where they're going to be installed, and then you simply just drill a hole where it needs to go. So I had 4 of them at this point, so a little bit in from the edge and then evenly spaced in between. There are some instructions in the manual, so if you want to go and check that out, you can read that through there as well. But this is where the expansion pack comes into handy. So you use the wall plugs that are in there, and then you can use the screws to screw the brackets into the wall, and then we're ready to place the blinds into place. Now you can choose to do this part by yourself if you wish to do so, or you can go ahead and get yourself some help if you have some larger blinds or just want a helping hand. You can go and do that. Hold it up into place, clip it in at the front, and then the back should simply just click in. And it really is that simple. There you go, you've got your blinds perfectly installed. 4 screws later, we're ready to go. Now, this is where the SmartWings blinds step a level up again, and they are fully customizable. So I decided to get some side brackets too, because I wanted to help with the light bleed. So for these, it's just 2 screws that go into the side of the wall, and then it looks a little something like this. I'm going to show you the SmartWings website because I think it shows to how much customization it actually has when you set up. So we have all the smart blinds and everything down here. It tells you all the different kinds you can buy. This is quite interesting that we're seeing right here. We have a new release of Matter over Ethernet shades, so you can do PoE power if you want. And then at the top is where all the fun begins. So you choose the type of blinds you want. So you have roller, cellular, zebra, whatever the kind of ones you want, indoor, outdoor, drapery. You're able to pick from anything that you want there. You then have accessories. Now this is where you've probably seen some of the stuff that I have. So there's remotes you can buy. So I have a remote and I have the Helix dial, which is just down here. And then going back to the top, you have the Smart Link. You have their solar panels that you can add to them. These are the side rail tracks that you can get to cut the light bleed from the sides of them. And then we go into the smart technology, and this shows you all the different kinds of ones that they're in. So Matter, Thread, Zigbee, Z-Wave, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, sub-gigahertz. There's literally everything probably in there that you could ask for. I'm going to show you the kind of blinds that I ordered. So these were just blackout vinyl blinds. You choose a color, you give the width and the height. So you go ahead and measure it out. You can use a measuring tape or you can use a laser measurer, whatever you got that, however you want to measure it. You start going with all the different options. So you can choose the different types of motors. So if you want Zigbee, if you want Alexa, if you want Z-Wave, if you want HomeKit over Thread, or if you want Matter over Thread. You then have the front that you can choose, so the standard, or you can have like the white square finish, or you can have the black square finish, or the cassette style, which is the one that I have, which is the fabric over the front. Then you can choose a bottom bar, so it's up to you. Again, it's all customizable however you want it to be. You can then add the solar panel if you want, and then also choosing the remote option as well. So the type of remote or the dial. You can then choose roll type, so forward, standard, or if you want the reverse and you want it to roll front, you can do that. What side do you want the motor? And then you have the option of all the different light blockers that you can choose. And then you just give it a label, and that's where you've seen on some of the boxes where it actually just shows you the name of the room that it belongs to. So everything is housed in one box, keeping it really simple and easy. We're going to install the solar panel on this, which is really easy. So this comes inside a pack. There's two 3M tapes on here, which we can just peel off. Keep in mind, have a think about where the USB is. It will be on either side. So make sure you put it onto the right side because the cable is long, but it's not long enough to get all the way through. So then we can just stick this to the window at the top just here. And I know this is a south-facing garden, so when the sun is out, it definitely will be charging this solar panel. So that's then stuck up here, and then we can feed the cable through, and underneath you'll see the little USB, and you can see that sits right there like so, and you can tidy up the cables however you wish. The thing I would probably recommend though is to pop in the USB-C before you install this because it gets a little bit fiddly to get it in. But that's now set up the solar panel. To put the device in network pairing mode, you hold this button down for 6 seconds. And you'll see then that actually jolts twice. And then you can go, I have mine already added into Home Assistant right here, and it's all connected and set up here. Click on control and you'll see it's here, it's set at 88%. And if I go back a little bit, you can see it's not all the way up. And we can flick this and get it to go all the way up. And that's now going up. You can see opening, and it's open, and then I can bring it down. So you can see it's fairly responsive. It doesn't take too long to happen, and it does exactly what it says on the controller. You can see from here the smoothness of the blinds themselves as they come down and get the room a little bit darker. And right here we'll also take a look at the darkness that this does with the side panel. So there's a little bit of light bleeding through here and there, but the majority of the room is pretty much pitch black. Then we'll have a little listen to what this sounds like when they're opening. And you can hear right there that they are relatively quiet. So you can hear them just outside the room, but some of the ones that I've tested in the past can be quite loud. So for me, this is relatively quiet. As I mentioned at the start of this video, these blinds are perfect for anyone and everyone. And the way the SmartWings work is they have a fully customizable setup. So if you're looking for something with a little bit less shade, something complete blackout, whatever you're looking for, they have tons of options. You can integrate it into different smart home options, and it's easily controlled via either Alexa, Google Home, or even Siri. I want to know what you think of these smart blinds and if it's something that you would set up in your house. All the links to the products I have in this video are down in the description below. So for now, this is Inside Wire, and I'll see you in the next one.